entry-level to executive leadership. As a GSDC member, you gain lifelong access to interactive webinars, hands-on workshops, SME panels, and global summits. Join a vibrant community of 25,000 plus members and be part of our global events. Check our reviews on Trustpilot. We're trusted worldwide for quality, support, and impact. Whether you're aiming higher or building tomorrow's talent, GSDC is your partner in purposeful growth and impactful leadership. Visit our website to explore our offerings. GSDC, share the best practices and learn from the best practices. Welcome to the Global Skill Development Council, your gateway to digital transformation. We are an independent, vendor-neutral ISO IEC 1024 accredited certification body committed to helping individuals and organizations stay future-ready in a rapidly evolving world. GSDC is accredited by the Accreditation Board for International Certification Bodies, ABICB. For 10 years, we've certified more than 100,000 professionals across Europe, North America, Asia, and Africa, with our offices in Switzerland, the United States, and Singapore. Our programs are recognized by leading publications and podcasts, including Forbes, Tech Target, People Managing People. We offer 100 plus globally accredited certifications across emerging and in-demand domains like generative AI and emerging technologies, HR and learning and development, project management and agile Scrum, ISO and quality management, information security. Each GSDC certification is designed to empower professionals with confidence and help organizations stay competitive in a fast-changing landscape. Every certification is crafted with insights from 100 plus global advisory board members representing top universities and leading industry experts. Our certified professionals are trusted by 500 plus multinational companies, which help unlock better roles, faster promotions, and delivering cutting-edge expertise. We partner with 100 plus authorized training partners and 50 plus universities, supporting talent across all career levels, from entry-level to executive leadership. As a GSDC member, you gain lifelong access to interactive webinars, hands-on workshops, SME panels, and global summits. Join a vibrant community of 25,000 plus members and be part of our global events. Check our reviews on Trustpilot. We're trusted worldwide for quality, support, and impact. Tomorrow's talent. GSDC is your partner in purposeful growth and impactful leadership. Visit our website to explore our offerings. GSDC, share the best practices and learn from the best practices. Welcome to the Global Skill Development Council, your gateway to digital transformation. We are an independent, vendor-neutral ISO IEC 1024 accredited certification body committed to helping individuals and organizations stay future-ready in a rapidly evolving world. GSDC is accredited by the Accreditation Board for International Certification Bodies, ABICB. For 10 years, we've certified more than 100,000 professionals across Europe, North America, Asia, and Africa, with our offices in Switzerland, the United States, and Singapore. Our programs are recognized by leading publications and podcasts, including Forbes, Tech Target, People Managing People. We offer 100 plus globally accredited certifications across emerging and in-demand domains like generative AI and emerging technologies, HR and learning and development, project management and agile Scrum, ISO and quality management, information security. Each GSDC certification is designed to empower professionals with confidence and help organizations stay competitive in a fast-changing landscape. Every certification is crafted with insights from 100 plus global advisory board members representing top universities and leading industry experts. Our certified professionals are trusted by 500 plus multinational companies, which help unlock better roles, faster promotions, and delivering cutting-edge expertise. We partner with 100 plus authorized training partners and 50 plus universities, supporting talent across all career levels, from entry-level to executive leadership. As a GSDC member, you gain lifelong access to interactive webinars, hands-on workshops, SME panels, and global summits. Join a vibrant community of 25,000 plus members and be part of our global events. Check our reviews on Trustpilot. We're trusted worldwide for quality, support, and impact. Whether you're aiming higher or building tomorrow's talent, GSDC is your partner in purposeful growth and impactful leadership. Visit our website to explore our offerings. GSDC, share the best practices and learn from the best practices.
Hello everyone, my name is Pratibha and I'll be your moderator today. So if at any point you have any question or if you would like to connect with our speaker or you want to know more regarding GSTC initiative, please feel free to use the chat box. So I hope you're all ready for today's session. Let's start with that. Just allow me a minute to share my screen. Meanwhile, please do let us know from where you guys are watching. We would be happy to know that. So, on behalf of the Global Skill Development Council, I'm truly delighted to welcome you all in GSDC Certified Learning and Development Lab, building future ready skills, strong leaders, and business impact. Innovating learning to develop skills, leaders, and measurable result. One of the things which make this webinar so interesting is the amazing expert panel we have lined up for you. Some of them have already delivered a very incredible and insightful sessions. Others are all set to bring in more powerful ideas. So before starting the session, for those who have joined with us for the very first time, let me give you a quick introduction who we are. Global Skill Development Council is a globally recognized certification body. We are accredited by ABI-CB. Till yet, we have a 250,000 professional certified with us. We are partnered with 100 plus training providers, 1,000 plus multinational companies, and 50 plus universities worldwide. We also have 500 plus subject matter expert with us who help us developing our program. So these are the training partners who are associated with us from the Asia, Africa, Canada, Australia, Nigeria, Singapore, US, UK, and many other regions. So special thanks to all training partners to be associating with us. And a very special thank you to our media partner, WordPress Hub, for covering all of our press releases and event releases. So before starting the session, I just wanted to make a quick announcement that we have launched a very unique platform called GSDC AI Studio, Lifelong Learning Initiative. In GSDC AI Studio, you're going to get 100 plus live monthly sessions with global expert, including 4 daily sessions, 45-minute live expert lead session for hands-on learning, sessions from global expert. Now you can learn directly from our AI leaders around the world. Real-time practice. You can apply concept immediately and get your question answered. Certification ready. You will be getting the training aligned with industry standard for job ready skills. So currently we are covering 100 plus certification in our portfolio, including learning and development, HR, Gen AI, agentic AI, emerging technologies, ISO lead auditor and implementer, project management and PMO, Agile DevOps and SRE, cybersecurity, digital transformation, and many more. But once you get certified with GSTC, you just don't walk away with certification. You also become a part of our community, which comes with GSTC membership benefit, including lifelong membership, certification upgrade, workshop, boot camps, learning club access, also the full benefit of GSTC AI Studio, and many more. With that, it's time to introduce our today's speaker. Today we have Vivek with us. Vivek Antonio is a learning and development leader with 20 plus years of experience in designing skills building programs and driving learning initiatives that support business goals. He has led L&D across Europe, coaching leaders and high potential talent while fostering strong learning cultures. Vivek specializes in areas such as leadership, psychological safety, emotional intelligence, and consultative selling. He is also known for using practical mental models to solve complex business and team challenges. Today, he is going to lead the session on the role of trust in enhancing learning and development outcomes. But before handing over the virtual mic, just a quick reminder. If you have any query, if you want to know more regarding GSDC initiative, otherwise if you would like to connect with our speaker today for any kind of query and guidance, please feel free to use the chat box. Once again, don't be shy. Drop your reactions, emojis, and quick comment into the chat. That's how we know you're with us, actively listening and absorbing from the insightful session. We also have an announcement to make at the end of today's session, which is a $400 Word gift certification voucher. So hang tight till today's end of the session. With that, it's time to welcome Vivek on our platform. Thank you so much, Vivek, coming on our platform. We are very honored to have you as our speaker today. The stage is all yours.
Thanks a lot, Pratibha. Hi, everyone. Give me just 30 seconds while I share my screen. And you should be seeing my screen in a second. All right, good stuff. If I can just have a very quick show of reactions that you can see my screen and you can hear me, and I'm good to go. So just a quick, any reactions, the emoji reactions, if possible. I'm not seeing any, or maybe it's, I don't see it, but okay. I trust it's working, so let's jump right in. Welcome. Thank you for the screen is visible and you are. Thank you so much, Angel. So the role of trust in enhancing L&D outcomes. So let's jump right in. It's not too much of time, and I'd like to make this the best use of your time. All right. So I'm going to ask you. I can see a whole bunch of people out here. I'm going to ask you to give me very quickly in one or two lines your top of mind challenges that you are facing as an L&D leader, as a learning and development leader, whether you are a manager, whether you are heading a learning and development function, whether you are new to the function, can you please very quickly write down in the chat what are some of the challenges that you and your team are facing while you go about your role? I'm going to give you like 20 seconds. I'd like to see some answers in the chat. What are the typical challenges that you face? As an L&D leader. Let me take a look at the chat if we have some answers coming up. Okay, I'll wait for a few more seconds. I guess people are still writing. What are your challenges? Stakeholder management. Okay, all right. There's so many things that we do, right, in learning and development. So what's the range of challenges that you face? Updates with new learning models. Okay, budget constraints. I come from the same field also. Yeah, I've been in learning and development now for 20 plus years. So it's not that I'm asking you for something that I'm not aware of, but there's a reason for what I'm asking you this information. So what I did was I reached out to a few colleagues of mine, present and past, and I asked them, hey, give me your challenges. And trust me, what they shared, what I face, what you face is not significantly different. This is what they had to say. Lack of resources, competition with AI. There's many of us out here who are wondering, okay, now that AI is coming in and AI gives answers way quicker than me, and AI is so accessible to anyone and everywhere, how relevant am I right now? So on the one hand, there's competition with AI, all right? And then there's you and I are being asked to build AI and digital capability at the same time. So it's like we are being asked to make ourselves redundant, okay? Measuring outcomes, lack of time to learn, executive attention, conflict, and then the classical one that, hey, learning and development is invariably a cost center. Yeah. So maybe it's not exactly what you are facing, but generally, hopefully, you can align and you can appreciate that these are fairly typical challenges for all of us in learning and development. So what's the connection to today's session? Well, to be able to deal with these, we need to have two. It's not one and one. It's one of them has many skills and the other one has many skills. But broadly, we need to have different types of skills. We need to have the ability to have good conversational skills. And this has nothing to do with the language that you know. This has nothing to do with how well you speak the language or how many languages you know. This has got to do with different kinds of conversations, having the difficult conversations. and it requires the ability to build trust. So trust building skills and conversational skills very broadly are what I would say are important for us to be able to help our stakeholders get the results that they want. So coming back to the challenges, this is what I was saying, that to be able to deal with them, what we need are conversational skills and trust building skills, which will get us closer to the results that we want to get and that we want to help our business stakeholders get. Now, on the top left, you can see conversational skills has an asterisk, because today's session is focusing on trust building and not the conversational skills. However, if you are interested in learning more about what conversational skills are we talking about, I will share a slide later on with specific skills or specific tools to help you learn the conversational skills that will help. Today, we will focus on the trust building skills. So let's jump right into that. At the end of the next 49 minutes or so, what we will do, or what I will sort of just introduce you to, is the elements of the trust equation. And along with that, identify a few behaviors that build or break trustworthiness. Now, why a few is because we have only 49 minutes. If I had a full day with you, if I had 2 full days with you, we'd spend a lot more time. So when I say a few behaviors, it is not that these are the most important or these are the least important. It's just few. There are many. And we are always behaving. I'll say that again. We are always behaving, whether we are doing something inside our head or we are doing something outside with the world, with our stakeholders. Doesn't matter whether it's the CFO, the CHRO, the CEO, your team, your business stakeholders, we are always behaving. We are saying something, we are doing something, or we are not saying something and we're not doing something. So we'll focus on a few behaviors that build or break trust. So that being said, here's a little bit about me. I've been working for some time now across different industries. I presently work in talent development in Krakow, in Poland. On the right-hand side are a host of resources that I've been blessed to be certified on. And my most recent catch, something that has caught my attention rather, is what you see right at the bottom right, acceptance and commitment therapy, right? So that's a little bit about me and why maybe it may be a good idea to listen to what I have to say. Maybe I know a little bit, that's all, okay? So where is today's session coming from? This session is coming from The Trusted Advisor. Okay, this is a book written by David Maister, Charles Green, and Robert Galford. Okay, and you have the Trusted Advisor field book also. Now, today's session is a sort of combination of that. So this is not something that is coming from some random person. These people have done their research on this. They started their work back in the 70s, the late 70s, and they quantified what trust is. Many of us use the word trust. Many of us have heard or we advise others become a trusted advisor. But what does that actually mean? How do you build trust? Telling someone you should become a trusted advisor is quite easy. What exactly goes into becoming that? I hope today will give you some introduction to that. So, does it work if I say you can trust me? Is that a good place to start? That trust me? Well, I think your gut feel would tell you that that's not the way to go. That's in fact the last way to build trust. Telling someone that you can trust me actually puts doubt inside their mind because now they're going to wonder, why do you have to tell me? Because trust is something that we feel that I can or I can't trust this person. The minute someone tells you you can trust me, I think all of us, we have this antenna that wakes up, right? So this is not the way to go. So then what is the way to go? Now, on the left-hand side is the book, and the book is essentially about the trust equation on the right-hand side. You can see out there, the trust has 4 elements. It's about credibility, reliability, intimacy, divided by self-orientation. Now, here's what I'm going to do. Because I don't know how many different locations we are joining from, but since all of you have access to the internet and you are here, I will show you how to get to a website where I'd like you to watch a video. And after you've watched this video, it's about a 6-minute video. After you've watched it, please put on the chat, done. So I know that you've watched the video, and then we'll continue. Which video and how to watch it? Take a look. Now, get onto Google. All right. And give me a second. Let me just share my screen again. Okay. Get onto Google and please Google trustedadvisor.com. You can see the link on the top out there, trustedadvisor.com. Yeah. If it's possible, Pratibha, if you could maybe just do this and paste it onto the chat. Or maybe I can do that. Sorry, that's easy. Why am I? Yeah, I can
I'm doing that, Vivek.
No worries,
Thank
no
you.
worries. Sorry. I can do that. Okay, done. I've put this in the chat. Now, once you come on this page, please listen carefully. Once you come on this page, come down the page. You can see the trust equation out there. Keep coming down. Come right down to the second part of this page. All right. And you will see out here, there are 4 videos. You see, ready to learn more? There are 4 videos. Please watch the first video on the top left, the overview on the trust equation. This is what I'm asking you to watch. Yeah, it's about 6 minutes. I will play it out here, but I won't play the sound because I don't want to interfere with the sound. I'll play only the visuals. But wherever you are, please watch the video. And once you are done on the chat, just mention done. So go ahead. I'm going to stay silent for So if I can have people letting me know that you've also watched the video. Okay. All right. So most of you are done. So let's jump right in. That was just a very quick overview, and we don't have much time today. So I'll just jump right in. We have about 36 minutes left. So let's start with credibility. What is credibility? Now, this is maybe, if you look at the four elements of the equation, credibility, reliability, intimacy, and self-orientation, we are starting with the easiest one to understand. So let's get into credibility. Credibility is essentially, do I know my stuff? I am in learning and development. Do I know learning and development? Or am I someone who has joined from a different team, from maybe the talent acquisition team, or I've joined from business, or I have joined from the HRBP team? And that's okay. There's nothing wrong in that. The question is, when I am in the learning and development domain, do I actually know learning? How does learning happen? Do I know the principles of how to build effective learning? Or am I just thinking off the top of my head and sort of telling people that, okay, this is what you should do, but based on what? Do I know the science of learning? Do I know theories, tools, frameworks? Okay. Do I use my knowledge in the service of others? And do I sound credible? So maybe I am someone who knows a lot of the models. I know stuff on negotiation, on trust building, on accountability, on coaching, on feedback. But when I present them to my audience, do I know how to present them? Do I present the information that I have in a way that is understandable? Or am I just trying to impress them more than helping them? Now, I'll repeat that and just stop and think for a second. Which other element of the equation is coming into play? I'll say that again. Am I spending more time impressing them? And who is that about? Or am I spending time helping them? Okay, because in the first one, there's another element of the equation that's coming into the picture. Hopefully, you are getting some clues, but we'll come to it in a bit. So, what are the other question then is this the most important factor in being a trusted advisor? So, one way to look at credibility is all the certifications you have. You have certifications on coaching, you have certifications on project management, on, I don't know, so many different things. The question is, does that make you trustworthy? That makes you very smart, that makes you very knowledgeable. But very often we think that, hey, you should trust me because I am a certified coach. I have undergone 60 hours of training. I have undergone a certification, so you should trust me. But trust does not work in that way. Trust is not about how much you know. There's a lot more to trust, and that's what we will get into. So is credibility the most important factor in being a trusted advisor? Well, maybe not. But we'll get a more clear answer a little later today. Are we saying that it is not important? Oh, no, it is important. If you are in learning and development and one of your stakeholder comes to you and says, hey, we have a team that is negotiating with vendors, and can you please help with developing my team's negotiation skills? Now, no one's expecting you to be the expert on negotiation skills, but do you know how to enable them on negotiations? Even better, let's say that right now in the scenario, you are stuck on budgets. Budgets are not easily available. So then, do you, even without budgets, are you aware of learning and development models and frameworks and tools so that you can coach them to develop their negotiation skills? Or are you someone who's going to say, I'm sorry, we need a vendor for that. And because we don't have budgets, I can't get the vendor. And because I can't get the vendor, I can't help you. Then you are not showing credibility. Definitely not. All right. So this is what we mean by credibility. It's about your LinkedIn profile. It's about which college you went to. It's about the degrees that you have. It's all about what's inside your head. Does that make you trustworthy? Let's get to that in a bit. So here are some behaviors. Okay, I don't have much time, so I'm just going to sort of push through because I also want to spend time on questions that you may have. So please note down questions. We will have time for that. Okay. I would have preferred to make it more engaging, but we don't have time. So I'll just push through and keep the engagement for later. So what are some behaviors? I said we are always behaving. Even right now, I am behaving. Behavior is something that you can record. So if there was a camera watching me, the behavior it would catch is that I'm moving my hands, there's noise coming out of my mouth. That's the behavior. It's visible. So as an L&D leader, what are some behaviors that display low credibility? Okay, so here are some behaviors: lack of learning and development subject matter expertise, dismissing expert input. You may be the expert, but is your expertise from 1980 or is your expertise from 2026? Okay, you fake expertise, or you only talk the talk. You talk about everything, but your team doesn't see you doing what you expect others to do. Or you are overusing the learning and development lingo. Maybe you are the expert on learning and development, but you know nothing about the business. You know nothing about the industry. You have no financial acumen. So then, how do you stand in front of business and earn their trust? How do you look credible to them when the only thing you may know is only learning and development? Or you are not able to design solutions which connect to the business problem. You are able to come up with ideas, but when somebody says, okay, interesting idea, show me the connection between your proposal and my business problem. How will your solution resolve my business problem? And you don't have anything to say, that does not build credibility. And there are many more behaviors. Like I said, I'm only bringing up a few. These are very few. There are many more behaviors. But now I will ask you a question, and I would love to see the answers on chat. My question to you is this: is it when somebody asks you, as a learning and development person, when somebody asks you, hey, what's the latest going on in coaching? What's the latest going on in negotiation? What's the latest going on in AI? Whatever. And you don't know the answer. Is it a good idea to say, I don't know? My question is, when you say, I don't know, do you build trust or do you break trust? So I'm interested in seeing your answers on the chat. When you say, I don't know, as a learning and development manager, as a person with 25, 30 years of experience, whatever, when you say, I don't know, are you building trust or you are breaking trust? So interesting answers coming up. Interesting. I like this one which says from Chaya, which says building trust as you are being honest, and then you go and find out and do your homework. So yes, when you say I don't know, you are building trust. Now, of course, there is a condition to it. For everything that somebody is asking you, if you are saying that you are in learning and development, and anytime a stakeholder comes to you and asks you a question, and your default answer is I don't know, that's a different problem. Now your credibility is in question. Okay, maybe you are new to the function, you are coming from a different function, then it is normal. And hopefully, when I come to you the next time, I see that you know more and more, and that is okay. That is building credibility. Okay. But when the default answer every time, or more often than not, is I don't know, that is not building credibility. But when you are an expert in the domain and you genuinely don't know, and you say that, you actually build trust. You don't have to believe me on this. Later on, I will show you a place where you can hear from the author of these books, okay, on how saying I don't know builds trust. Don't listen, don't trust me. You can trust the author. He knows, they know what they are talking about. I'm only the messenger. So this is about credibility. If you have any questions, please make a note. We will come to that soon enough. Now, this is a nice summary which says credibility comes from the willingness to admit the boundaries of your knowledge. We are not expected to know everything. We should be experts on how to help people learn and develop, but we are not the experts on everything learning and development. That's mission impossible. All right. Now let's come to reliability. And this is quite easy. Reliability is essentially, do I keep my promises? I said that I would send you a report by 4 o'clock. Did I send it? Yes or no? I said that I would call you by 6 o'clock. Did I do it? Yes or no? It's about my actions. Credibility is about my genius. It's about everything underneath this. Reliability is about, do I keep my word? When I say I will do something, do I do it? And it's not about saying, I promise to do this by. No, 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 no. It's something as simple as, I'll call you by 6. That's it. I'll send it to you by 4. Just these statements are commitments. They are promises that we are making. We may take them very lightly, but for the other person who is depending on us, it's an important promise. So do I keep my promises? All right. So when you make a promise and you keep it, I have a positive experience and you become more reliable. Are you more trustworthy? No. But are you more reliable? Yes. When you make a promise and you don't keep it, you are not reliable. I remember I was working with financial advisor, very smart guy, all the qualifications, all the certifications, he knew his stuff. His advice was fantastic. However, after a few interactions with him, I actually told him, I said, I love working with you. I learn a lot from you. I know you are helping me and your focus is on me. I said, what I struggle with is that you say you will do something and you just don't do it. I have to keep reminding you that you said you would do something, and that is not helping me build trust. So it's not that trust is reliability. No, reliability is an element of trust. All right. But I also told him, I said, I'm afraid that I don't want to refer you to anyone because I don't want them to have this experience of working with a very smart person, but someone who just doesn't keep their word. Now look at it. He lost potential business. He lost potential income because of the experience I had with him. Okay, so that's how important reliability is. And that is the only thing that takes time. So people say trust takes time. No, it does not. How long does it take for you to figure out that somebody is smart? How long does it take for you to figure out, to know that this person knows what they're talking about? It's minutes. You get it. Like, this person is credible. But for reliability, I have to say that, hey, I will send you something by 2 o'clock. And then from 1 o'clock till 2 o'clock, I need that time. So from a reliability perspective, or from a trust perspective, reliability is the only element that needs time. Credibility and the other elements don't need time. So this saying that trust takes time to build, not really true. Reliability, absolutely so. So what are some actions from our side that display low reliability, that destroy reliability? All right, here are some behaviors. The first one, go where the wind blows. Today, we are talking about, today somebody puts pressure on us to say this, we say this. Tomorrow in another forum, we ask the same question. Depending on who's putting pressure on us, we change our answer. And then my team is not really sure, okay, is Vivek with us or not with us? Because depending on who's talking, depending on the pressure that is on him, he keeps changing his mind. He is not reliable. Missing deadlines, disappearing when you are needed, changing the rules constantly so that people on your team, for example, is not aware what is going on. Like, do I have to kick the ball in this goal? Because tomorrow Vivek will come and change the rule and say the goal is over there. Now, if I keep doing that, it's causing a lot of confusion and it's not building reliability. It's definitely not building trust. When I deliver low quality solutions, I then get a reputation. I become very reliable that I will give low quality solutions. And that is contributing to breaking trust. So reliability is an element which contributes to building or breaking trustworthiness. All right. So look at this one. Your actions are speaking way too loudly for me to hear your words. And I think all of us as humans, actions speak louder than words. So think about your stakeholders, whether it's the people above you, your managers, your bosses, key stakeholders in the organization, whether it's your peers, whether it's your team, whether it's the business. While they may think that we are the smartest person in the room, we are the most credible, we may have the best degrees, but if I'm someone who has to be constantly reminded about something that I said I would do, well, it doesn't matter how smart I am. What matters is I don't keep my promises, and when I don't keep my promises, I put my stakeholders in a soup, and then the ripple effect happens, and that destroys intimacy. So people may wonder, trust, intimacy in business. By the way, the Trusted Advisor book is a business book. It's a business book written by business people, by consultants. Okay. In fact, originally the context was for consultants. The original book, if you will Google it, you will see the original book is either fully yellow in cover or it's blue and yellow. Yeah, it depends on which publication. And that was written for consultants. This newest one, which is the white cover one, it's about 4 or 5 years old, is an updated one, which is business. Okay, it's not a self-help book. It's not a relationship book. It's a relationship book in business. So let's come to intimacy. What is intimacy in the context of business? It's about, do my stakeholders, up, same level, below, does not matter. Do my stakeholders feel comfortable with me? Do they feel that I care about them, their needs, and their feelings? When they come to me, am I able to stop and remind myself that this problem that this person is talking about is affecting them as a human being? I remember a leader that I worked with many, many years ago. I was having my midlife crisis about 18 years ago, and I walked into his cabin, and I was very agitated. And I walked into his cabin for something important. I mean, some business related stuff. I walked into his cabin, and he looked at me and he said, "Something is on your mind." I said, "Yes, a lot is on my mind." He said, "Let's talk." I said, "No, you are the SVP. You are the senior vice president. I don't need to bother you with this. There's no time for this. Let's focus on the topic, and I will go." He said, "No." I still remember he closed his laptop. Those were the BlackBerry days. He took out his BlackBerry, switched it off, or put it on silent, put it at the side, and then he just, sat like this on his chair. He's like, "I'm here for you." And the next 25 minutes, I was talking, I was crying, I was venting something very personal. And he was in no hurry to go anywhere. He was just with me. And after 25 minutes, I was like, "Okay, I'm cool now." And he's like, "Okay, that's good to know. What about the topic?" He said, "It's okay. Settle down, come back to me after half an hour, and we will talk about this topic." Now, you can imagine he did not need to do that. This is working hours at business. But he realized that at that point of time, I did not care how smart he was. What I cared about was, does he care about me? Does he see the human in me, or is he so business focused that he's not seeing the impact of his ignoring me on me? But he did not ignore me, he paid attention to me. And this is what intimacy is about. Am I able to see that in front of me is a human being who has a problem and they are coming to me for help? Am I able to empathize with them? And this is about my ability to be vulnerable, about my ability to empathize, my ability to identify what is this person feeling when they tell me about this problem. How is this problem affecting them? Can I paraphrase that? Can I summarize that? That is intimacy. It's got nothing to do with which degrees you have from which college in the world. It's got everything to do with our personal and people skills. So, what are some behaviors that destroy intimacy? Behaviors from us as learning and development leaders and managers and people. What are some behaviors that we display that destroy or display low intimacy? Here are some of them. We share secrets. People tell us stuff in secret, and we take that and we tell it to someone else. That destroys intimacy. When I'm giving feedback, but the only feedback I am giving my team is developmental feedback, because according to me, developmental feedback helps people grow. But hey, that also, if I'm only giving developmental feedback, that says a lot about my lack of knowledge about what is feedback. I have a very perverted view of feedback. If I am competing for talk time and if I'm interrupting others, that's destroying intimacy. If I am using sarcasm, humiliation, yelling, all of these destroy intimacy. If I'm using my authority, if I'm using my age, my seniority, that, hey, how long have you been in learning and development? 5 years? I've been here for 25 years. Do you really want to argue with me? Now, well, what that has proved essentially is that I am the senior most person in the room. What it has also proved is I am the most insensitive, unempathetic, zero emotional intelligence person in the room. Without doing anything extra, just that one behavior has said it all. And that destroys trust. So this is a lovely saying by Theodore Roosevelt. Yeah, no one cares how much you know until they know how much you care. And finally, self-orientation. Self-orientation is essentially, where am I coming from? Where is my focus? Is my focus on myself, or is my focus on the other person? Now, you may be wondering, okay, what does this mean? Okay, now remember that self-orientation is in the denominator. So trustworthiness equals credibility, reliability, intimacy divided by self-orientation. Okay, C plus R plus I divided by S, which means higher the S, lower the trust. Lower the S, higher the trust. Remember that. So what are some behaviors that display high self-orientation? Now, these are behaviors that display high self-orientation, which means that when I show these behaviors, I am thinking about myself. I am not thinking about my client. Okay, so take a look at some of these behaviors, and I hope you do not relate to them. Okay, take a look at this. When I'm driving my agenda over my stakeholders' agenda, when I don't accept feedback, I only give feedback, but I don't accept feedback. And when I get feedback, I justify it with my good intentions. When I am playing the hero, when I am solving all the problems, when I am doing everything that actually my team should be doing, and I should be helping my team. When I make it about myself, when the world revolves around me. So it's not about being selfish. Selfish is you want all the water in this glass. You don't want to share this water. That's selfishness. Self-orientation is making everything about me. And these are some of the behaviors. Let me share some more. I guess I don't need to explain this. I'll just keep quiet. You can read from the screen. And let me give you some more behaviors of how we display high self-orientation. And for those of us who are out here who are more senior, take a look at the last two. When we give importance only to the people who are useful to us, which is my bosses and my stakeholders, and we respond quickly to them, but we don't give the same attention to people who are junior to me, because they're junior, that's high self-orientation. I'm focused on myself. I'm not helping them. When I respond to communication at my convenience, oh, I was busy, I had other stuff to do. You think they didn't have other stuff to do? Would you be okay with your juniors behaving the exact same way with you, with the behaviors that you display with them? I'll say that again. Would you be okay with your juniors displaying the same behaviors that you display to them? If not, we have a problem. So as you can see, self-orientation is everywhere. We are designed to be protecting ourselves. That's our design. That's a human design. All right. So it's not easy to overcome it. But giving into that design, giving into that default setting mode in us as a human, if we give into that default setting, we do not build trust. So anytime that I'm asking others to understand me, adjust to me, cater to me, to my needs, anytime that I am taking more than giving, I am displaying high self-orientation. And when I'm saying taking, it's not about taking something. It's about taking their time. It's about taking their understanding. It's about asking them to understand I am busy, asking them to understand that I don't have time, asking them to understand that something is more important. That's what I mean. And that is high self-orientation. So don't think less of yourself. No, just think of yourself less. Beautifully said. So you can see that some of these, here, what do you see out here? Some of you should relate to some of these topics. These are topics that are part of the sessions that different speakers are running for the GSDC. Right? These are the actual topics. Now, hopefully what you see common across all of them is all of them are about developing credibility. It's about improving your credibility as an L&D person. Now, here's where it gets interesting. I asked you a question earlier. Is credibility the most important element of building trust? So I will show you this website. And on this website, you have an article called Think More Expertise Will Make You More Trusted. Think Again. Here's what they found. And I'll call your attention to the lines under with the red underline. Credibility is the least helpful in building trust. I will show you where to get this article, so don't worry. Yeah, I'll show you where to get it. The ability to make others feel safe, to demonstrate understanding, and to show empathy and personal vulnerability are keys to building trust. Take your own examples. There are people that you know, when you need help, do you go to the most intelligent person? Do you go to the most knowledgeable person? Do you go to the person who you know for a fact has the answer to everything? Do you go to that person? Or do you go to someone who may not know as much as them, but you feel safe telling them that I don't know this, can you please help? They may or may not be the smartest person, but what they have is intimacy because they don't make you feel stupid because you don't know something. They use their knowledge in your service. So your own experience will tell you that you don't go to the smartest person, you always go to a person who knows enough and someone who makes it safe for you to say, I don't know this, can you help? So if we think that credibility is the most important thing, it is important, not the most important. The most important is high intimacy and low self-orientation in trust building, in business. So that's the equation. Do they know their stuff? Do they deliver? Do I feel safe with them? And are they focused on me or are they focused on themselves? Yeah, that's a question our stakeholders are always asking when they interact with you and me. So then you say, hey, when do I do this? My God, like, do I have to work extra? Do I have to stop what I'm doing? And, like, do I have to make extra effort to build trust? Actually, not really. Every interaction you have with your stakeholders is the moment of truth. At the end of that interaction, they decide, I can trust or I do not trust this person. You don't have to do anything extra. You've got to be mindful about your existing interactions, the emails that you send, the calls you are on. What are you saying? How are you saying? What's your body language like? Who's talking more? Do you give me a chance to speak or are you the one always talking? These are already the opportunities. There's nothing more we have to do. What we have to do is stop and think. in my existing interactions, how is the person feeling at the end of that interaction? Have I solved their problem? And have I also made it safe for them to come to me the next time and say, I have a different problem? That's what's important. So the idea is to move from a subject matter expert. We may know everything on learning and development. The idea is to move from there to becoming an expert in a range of things and then slowly become a trusted advisor. We can't call ourselves, I am a trusted advisor. No, you are not. I am not. Somebody else has to say, they are my trusted advisor. So please don't go around calling yourself, oh, I am a trusted advisor, because, ironically, that's showing high self-orientation. Think about it. When you say that you are a trusted advisor, that's high self-orientation. Others should be saying that. Others should be saying, go to this person, they will help you. And they are making that recommendation because they trust you. Yeah. So the benefits, Raghavendra, yeah, absolutely. You can see that there's so many benefits to this. Yeah. When you have high levels of trust, these are the benefits. Everyone benefits. In the short term, it may look very weird that, oh, you are saying you don't know. How can you not know? You are learning and development. Yes, that does not mean I need to know everything. But give me a few days, I'll come back to you. In the short term, it feels very scary to say, oh my God, I don't know. And when I try to talk nonsense, I'm showing high self-orientation. But when I say, I don't know, give me 3 days, I'll come back to you, I have increased credibility, I have increased intimacy, I have shown low self-orientation just by saying, I don't know. Okay, and that's the beautiful part about trust building behaviors. They feel scary because self-orientation is very high. But when you stop and think about it and you display those behaviors, they actually build trust because they're focused on the other person. So it's a good idea to look stupid for 2 minutes or 2 days as compared to talking nonsense and then somebody in the room listening to you and saying, this person has no idea of what they're talking about. So would you rather be stupid for 2 minutes or look stupid for a long time? Make your choice. So this is their website. So let me very quickly take you through their website and the resources that are available. Everything in today's session is from here. So let me move. Okay. So first you have build trust. Okay. If you click on that, you have a whole host of information out here. Okay. The trust equation, you already know what that is. You can go to resources. Resources, you can see the books they have written. All right. You can see that they have even worked in the space of trust-based selling. Okay. I do recommend reading the book, The Trusted Advisor. They have ebooks. They're all free. They're all available out there. You just download. That's it. And look at the topics. Very, very relevant topics on trust building. Okay. Similarly, you have lots of resources. It's all free. Everything is free. The webinars, the blogs, fantastic stuff. If you want to learn how trustworthy you are, you come here and you take the trust equation, the trust quotient. You have to answer 20 questions. Answer them honestly. Only you will get the report. And then you will be able to see which part of the trust element you are not good at and you should develop, and which part of the trust equation you are good at and you can keep using it. This 20-question survey will give you that answer. All right, so I do recommend looking through this. So that being said, for those of you who are interested in saying, okay, I have some inputs on trust building, what are some inputs I could use on conversational skills? These are some of the resources that I would highly recommend. Yeah, these build conversational skills. This is not about improving your language skills. It's not about improving your vocabulary. It's about helping you use that vocabulary so that both of you get what both of you need, not want, need. These resources are what I would recommend. In trust building, I definitely recommend The Trusted Advisor. Here are some of the resources on this topic. So that being said, I hope that the session, I know we have just 2 minutes left. So I hope the session has given you some ideas that in summary, credibility is, you need credibility. But please don't make the mistake of thinking that just because you are the smartest person in the room and you have the most degrees, it means you are the most trustworthy. Zero correlation. To become trustworthy, you need to know your stuff. You need to keep your promises. Most importantly, you need to work with me as a human being. Remember that I am scared. I may be the CEO, the CHRO, the CFO, but I am scared. There's lots of things worrying me. Know that you are working with a human being. And in every interaction across all stakeholders, are you obsessed with yourself? And are you showing high self-orientation? Or are you focusing on the other person? For those of you, I'll give you one last example. For those of you who are coaches, you would know that there are times you want to ask a very risky question and you are wondering, should I, shouldn't I, should I, shouldn't I? Now, if you have the conversational skills and you ask the question, then you will do a good job and you are showing low self-orientation. But if you are scared, oh my God, what will the client think of me? Will the client stop working with me? Then you are putting yourself as higher than the client, and that is high self-orientation. All right. So with that, I'm going to stop. What questions do we have, if any? I'm going to stop sharing, and let's get into questions.
So, first of all, thank you so much for the amazing and impactful session, Vivek. I'm sure our participants have learned a lot today, and the feedback which we are getting into the chat, that is quite overwhelming. So, thank you so much for that. So, the participant floor is officially open for question and answer. If you have any question, please feel free to use the chat box. Meanwhile, we do have few questions from the participant of LinkedIn and YouTube. So, the first question is, can you share example of how trust directly impacts learning outcomes such as engagement, knowledge retention, or skill application?
Ooh. Interesting. First, I'd say, give me the question again, please, because I had 3 different answers come up in my head at the same time. Give me the question again so that I'm answering the right question.
So, can you share examples of how trust directly impacts learning outcomes such as engagement, knowledge retention, or skill application?
Okay, got it. I will start by connecting different elements. So from trust, from the trust equation, I will bring the element of credibility. All right. And if I were to come into the L&D space now, then I'd say, hey, am I a learning and development professional who actually knows instructional design principles? Am I a learning and development professional who actually knows the principles of designing, okay, so that people learn? Very often, for example, we confuse people having group discussions as learning, people having chart paper and markers and having discussions as learning. Well, yes and no. For example, if you are helping someone learn how to coach, then giving this group of people a chart paper and flip chart and markers and having discussions does not build coaching skills. You need them to practice the skills. You need them to have the opportunity in the training design, okay, that they get the opportunity to learn the concepts of coaching and then practice it in a safe environment. So your credibility comes into the picture when you know how to design these learning experiences, when you know how to deliver them in the workshop and know how to make it safe for people to try stuff and feel awkward and not let it stop them. That is about intimacy. That's about your delivery. And for example, are you aware of the Kirkpatrick methodology? Just one example of how to show effectiveness. So when you know instructional design, you have experience of delivery, you've learned good delivery, you've learned good facilitation, you know Kirkpatrick, you've applied Kirkpatrick, and okay, you've made mistakes, you've developed all of that. All of that together is increasing your credibility, first of all. And second, when you do them correctly, you are automatically increasing engagement. You are increasing trust in you. You are increasing confidence in the participant. You are building capability. So when you bring all of this together, you have multiple things that automatically get hit.
Thank you so much for the amazing and insightful answer. So, the next question we have, in AI driven learning landscape, how can organizations ensure transparency and ethical practice to maintain learner trust?
Hmm. Oh, wow. Oh, okay. So just yesterday, the timing of this question is fantastic. Just yesterday, I was reading an article on Forbes, which said very nicely that yes, there's AI and there's AI everywhere, whether it's learning, whether it's business, decision making, whatever. And one of the things that they said is uh, when it comes to building trust, wherever AI is coming into the picture, whenever it comes to building trust, the one thing that leaders are doing, which is destroying trust in them and in AI and creating more anxiety and fear, is not giving straight answers. Because everything is so uncertain right now, and we are not comfortable with that uncertainty. When we are asked a question, because we are not comfortable with uncertainty, we end up talking for 15 minutes saying nothing. What they are saying is good leaders first get comfortable with uncertainty, and then they are able to communicate that the one certain thing right now is uncertainty. So while this may sound like a very convoluted answer, I see the connection in my head. I hope I've communicated that connection, that anything when it comes to AI, and you as a leader, if someone's asking you tough questions and you do not have the answer, the best thing you can do for yourself, for your team, for your reputation, for the individual is to tell them, we don't know. And because we don't know, we need to keep our eyes and ears open. This is not about I don't know and put my head in the sand as an ostrich. No, this is I don't know, but I'm going to keep my antenna, constantly on and see what's coming. This is my answer. Uh, Somebody said, can they reach out to me? Absolutely. My name and surname are exactly the same on LinkedIn. Feel free. Any other questions?
So,
I'm cool. Any questions?
thank you so much for the detailed and thoughtful answer, Vivek. So, this is going to be our last question today as we are running out of the time. But, participant, I am going to share Vivek's LinkedIn ID over here so that you can connect with him directly for any kind of query or any kind of guidance. I'm sure he would be happy to help you out.
Yeah.
So, the last question we have, what are the key indicators or signals that trust is either present or missing within an organization's learning culture?
Ooh, oh my God. Within an organization's learning culture. Okay, so I'll bring another topic. Of it's connected to trust. I'm sure you've heard about it, called psychological safety. Yeah. Psychological safety is part of intimacy. It's part of it. It's not the same, it's part of it. Okay, intimacy is big. Psychological safety is one element. If you look at the work of Amy Edmondson and anyone in the space of psychological safety, you know that trust is high in an organization when people feel safe making mistakes, when people feel safe speaking up, when people are not afraid to say, I don't know, when all the behaviors that we don't see right now become more visible, that is when there is trust in the organization. So now you can see the opposite. If I don't, if I am scared that, oh my God, if I open my mouth, I'm going to get beaten up. I will be insulted. I will be humiliated. People will laugh at me. When that feeling stops me from speaking, it's also saying a lot about trust, that I don't trust this person. I don't trust this team. I don't feel safe. I don't feel intimate enough to display my vulnerability. So the more people are vulnerable, this is not about crying all the time or having, group hugging sessions. No, no, no. This is intimacy about when you are able to say what's on your mind without fear of being punished, humiliated. So the more these behaviors are visible, the more people are ready to try new things, the more people are not scared to say, I don't know, the more people are confident saying, I screwed up. You don't need data. That's evidence of high levels of trust in the organization.
Thank you so much for the amazing answer. And thank you so much once again for the roller coaster ride of learning journey today. So, participant, as promised, I am sharing Vivek's LinkedIn ID into the chat box. So, please do connect with him directly for any kind of query, any kind of guidance. He would be happy to help you out. And it would be great if you can give the reference of GSDC while connecting. So, he will be immediately respond to you, because Vivek is kind of a celebrity. So he doesn't want to miss your connection, because he is a very expert learning and development professional, and we would like to get connected with you all to him to having a guidance. So thank you
Yep.
so much once again, Vivek. So wrapping up the session, not keeping you an participant anymore, just I would like to answer one question. One of the few of the participants are asking that the session have a certificate or not. So yes, the session is going to have a certificate, as the learning and development series this week is ending this series. So you are going to get the certificate either till Monday, otherwise Tuesday for this series, because from the next week we are going to start the new series. So there will be new certificate for the next series. So I hope that cleared your answer. So just allow me a minute to share my screen. So if you guys are ready to get certified into the learning and development for any domain, the certifications are available on our website now. We are also giving a complimentary coupon code to all of our participants, which will give you a 20% off. So if you want to get certified, check out our website. Use the coupon code link which I've shared into the chat box and get 20% off, get certified. Also, this offer is only available for a very limited time of period, so make sure you're taking the advantage of it. So before wrapping up the session, I just wanted to make a quick announcement regarding the utility tool. So if you're on your job hunting journey, this tool is for you. What you can do, you can log in into utility tool by using your LinkedIn ID and password, and it will give you a recommendation according to the job designation you are targeting and the industry you are targeting, and it will re-improvise your LinkedIn profile. To make your job hunting journey a little bit easier, we are giving a complimentary coupon code to all of our participants, which will give you 100% off. So use the coupon code link, because this offer is also available for a very short time of period, and make your resume stand out in front of the HRs and recruiter. Also, all the best to all of the job hunters out there. So, as today we had an amazing and impactful session with Vivek, tomorrow we are going to have one more impactful session with Dr. Raman Khatri. He is an executive coach to CLO said Get There Faster Learning and Leadership Labs. He is going to lead the session on how to create a learning ecosystem that accelerates employee performance. This will be happening tomorrow, 20th March 2026 at 10:30 a.m. Central Daylight Time, 11:30 p.m. Singapore time, 9 p.m. Indian time, and 11:30 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. The registration are open. You can check out our website. So I'm hoping to see you all tomorrow's session as well. Also, if you're one of those people who wants to learn regarding the ISO, then this webinar is for you. And this is going to be conducted from 16th to 20th March at 9:30 a.m. Central Daylight Time and 10:30 p.m. Singapore time, 8 p.m. Indian time, and 10:30 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. And if you're one of those people who wants to learn regarding new AI technologies, then this webinar is for you. This is going to be conducted from 16 to 20th March at 8:30 a.m. Central Daylight Time, 9:30 p.m. Singapore time, 7 p.m. Indian time, and 9:30 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. With that, it's time to celebrate our referral champions. So we have Oluvaga, we have Bhanu Durgesh, and we have B. Venkatesh. Special thanks to all three of you for helping us simplify our initiative and reach it to the wider global audience. You can also become one of our knowledge professionals and advisors. What do you have to do if any of your peers, colleagues, and professionals wants to join for this webinar or any other webinar? You can refer the registration link which you will find on our website. What's in it for you? So you will get a referral point for every reference. And once you hit a 50 referral point, you will be able to get a free $400 worth gift certification voucher. But as always, this offer is also available for a very short time of period. So make sure you're taking the advantage of it and become one of our knowledge professional and advisors. Also, if you would like to be our speaker for learning capsules, webinar, and podcast, so you can reach out to us at pratibha@gsdccouncil.org, Pritham@gsdccouncil.org. We would love to have you in our session. These are the vertical slide in which we empower our learning journey and do our business. So our first is B2C, direct to professional, retail individual certification. Second is channel reseller model, authorized training partners. Third is academic institutional partnership, accredited university academic partnership. Fourth is B2B, direct to organizations enterprise partnership. So if you would like to get partnership for any of the vertical, do reach out to the spokesperson email ID given onto the slide. I have already shared the slide into the chat box. Please let me know if you want to see it once again. Last but not the least, these are the platform where you guys can connect with us. Our LinkedIn profile, our official WhatsApp channel, our YouTube channel, our Twitter channel, Instagram, as well as Pinterest. Also, we would love to hear your session key takeaways and learning outcomes. We would love to know what most resonated with you, what are your feedbacks and suggestions, because your feedbacks and suggestion help us improve our program. So I am sharing all of the platform link into the chat box so that you don't miss out. So do connect with us on all of the platform for staying updated regarding our upcoming events and trends, and do share your feedbacks on reviews.io. With that, it's time to come to event end. But once again, thank you so much, Vivek, coming on our platform. Very honored to have you here today. And we had a blast in today's session. Looking forward to having in the future session as well. Thank you so much to all of the participants for joining into our learning journey. Also, to our Indian audience, happy Yugadi and happy Gudi Parva to all of you. Also, the happy Chait Navratra. So, with that, thank you so much to all of the participants. I'm hoping to see you all tomorrow as well. Till then, keep learning, keep energizing. Have a good day, good night, good evening, good morning, wherever you are.
Take care, folks.